What's up, my beautiful hognose lovers, angry hogs, with another video. So I got a special topic to talk to you guys about. Stop slow growing your hognose snakes. Basically, there's two theories behind slow growing. Theory number one is imitate that of the wild. So basically, a lot of people say they want to imitate how they feed their snakes or how a snake is eating in the wild. And that's how they apply the terminology slow growing. So you want to imitate what they eat in the wild, and that's what they define as slow growing. So I got a couple reasons to debut that and argue against that. Obviously, not everyone's gonna agree with what I say in this video, but that's beyond the point. Basically, I'm just saying, don't slow grow your animal. Why? Because in the wild, it's hard to imitate it. That's reason number one. You're not going to be able to imitate it. So by saying that you're going to try to replicate and of what they do in the wild, it's nearly impossible because they have a different variety of diet. They have a very special, rich and mixture of what they eat in the wild, and obviously we can't do that. We can't duplicate it to the. We could probably try to do our best, but slow growing doesn't mean that you're gonna reduce the food. Like, I think there's a misconception of what slow growing means, because in the wild they eat every time they have access to food. It's not like they're slow growing. It's not like they're slow growing. Basically, when they have food, they're gonna eat it, and whatever they eat is gonna be basically according to where they live, and whether it be frogs, tadpoles, mice, small mammals, rodents, whatever it is, whatever they have access, and each locality is going to be different, right? Each locality is going to be different. So that's why I don't agree with the terminology replicate what they eat in the wild, or as frequent as what they eat in the wild. So there's a lot to talk about this subject. Basically, it doesn't fit well with me because it's nearly impossible. They're domesticated animals, and they depend on what we feed and the consistency and how much of it we feed. So I want to take your attention to something else. So instead of trying to duplicate what they eat in the wild, which is nearly impossible, why not try to feed them a rich consistency of food, mice that are from a reputable breeder, someone who takes care of their mice. Obviously, we're going to supplement, right? Because they're not getting that variety here in captivity as they are in the wild. So that's where I want to take your mind and your attention to. There's a lot of things that we can enrich in the hobby when we're feeding them. So slow growing, stop slow growing them. Don't think that you can replicate that in the wild, because it's nearly impossible. It's very different. They're not in the wild. They're in captivity. And unless you're particular about everything, then it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. The second theory of slow growing is underfeeding. And don't underestimate the capability of a hognose. Don't underestimate it. Don't think that a 5-gram baby hognose is only going to take a pinky head or a pinky tail. Anywhere from 5 to 10 grams comfortably, they're going to be able to take at least a day old full pinky. So don't underestimate the capability of a hognose to eat the correct size of food. Don't underfeed it just because you're slow growing it. Don't underfeed the snake. And that's something that we're gonna learn as we keep hog noses, as we feed them, as we match the size. So don't slow grow them. Don't underfeed them. How about we grow our hog noses the proper way? No, I'm not saying slow grow them, and I'm not saying overgrow them or overfeed them. I'm just saying, why don't we do it the correct way? Not use that terminology slow grow, overfeed, because a lot of times a lot of people can get scared and be like, oh well, I'm overfeeding, I'm also underfeeding. Like, each snake is going to be very, very, you can't apply the same concept to all your snakes. So that's why it's very important to understand the individual needs. If you have adult females that are gravid, you're obviously going to overfeed them, in the sense that they're going to take up all the nutrients in order to develop the eggs. Like, there's no such thing as overfeeding a gravid female, in my opinion. in my opinion. Also, babies are gonna take pinkies, and the consistency and the quality of the food is gonna be very, very important. You want rich, lean feed. You don't want fat food. You don't want mice that have been overgrown just so you could feed the snake, because all the content that's going to be in the mice is just going to be fat. You don't want fat. You want lean mice. You want mice that are muscular, so that way they take the protein, they take the nutrients. Because as you guys know, it's just like people. It could be extrapolated to people. If you eat a salmon, 8-ounce salmon, you're going to have about 30 grams of protein. But if you eat 2 Big Macs, you're going to have more calories, you're going to have more fat, but it's not going to be the same as eating an 8-ounce salmon. An 8-ounce salmon with vegetables, which are good carbs, is going to be a lot more healthier than eating 2 Big Macs that have zero nutritional value, basically, and all of it's just going to be bad energy. The same thing with your snakes. You want to build a lean snake, a muscular snake. You want the snake to be active. You want the snake to be, just when you hold it, you want it to be muscular. Like, check out this Swiss chocolate. Like, it has a lean build to it. It's just beautiful. Like, the when it grabs onto you, like, you could feel the muscle, and it's kind of surprising coming from a hognoses, because they're not arboreal. They don't spend their time on in the air, but you're able to feel the muscle of the snake, and just like it feels like it's gonna fall, but just look at how it holds the structure and how it just holds on. And that's what you want. You want a snake that has, like, it's squeezing right there, and that's not very common on a hognose. So you could feel the muscle in this hognose. Just look at it. You see, it's climbing. So we have controllables, right? What's in our control? In our control is the environment. Our control is what we feed them. Our control is what we supplement them. Our control is everything that we do to house them at a proper size. If you put a nice muscular snake in a little in a little enclosure, I need to clean that up. But you're gonna stunt it. You want a snake to be able to promote. You want to promote growth. You want to promote healthiness. So don't stunt your snakes. Don't slow grow your snakes. Yeah, I understand that when they're babies, they feel comfortable eating inside a small enclosure, and that's fine. But once they get comfortable and start eating, go ahead and promote growth, because each snake is going to be different. So that's all I have for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments what you think. It's a short video, but there's a lot of richness, I think, and what I said can promote a lot of conversation. So go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Well, thank you guys for watching the video. Have a good day.